Hey bitches, and welcome back to the viewer's voice. I'm sitting here once again with my Pookie Bear, the love of my life. How are you doing?
I am very elevated,
So
you
am I.
guys.
I am as well.
You should have seen us getting ready to sit down and film this.
There is a lot I want to talk about. We're gonna get to Colleen and her ukulele apology. I don't know what that was. That was so one of the cringiest things that I have ever seen. But first, I want to talk about Patrick Starrr because he's in a little bit of drama
What'd
right
she do,
now.
girl? What'd she do?
She's in a little bit of drama right now because apparently this setting spray right here, we just so happen to have the setting spray in question. This is the matte. This is the Until Dawn mattifying waterproof setting spray. So there are people over on TikTok that are uploading videos that when they went to set their makeup, it sprayed this foam all over their face and f***ed up their entire
It
look.
looked like powder to me.
It did.
Okay, one second. We gotta talk. I just bought this setting spray from Sephora yesterday. I literally just sprayed it on my face. What is happening? This is not okay. Did I get a defective bottle or something? Oh my God. What happened? I had to redo my makeup, but don't get me wrong. I'm still gonna buy that setting spray, but I just wanna know what happened.
One size setting spray.
What? I shook it.
What happened?
Oh my gosh. Maybe you gotta shake it really, 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 really hard. Why is it coming out like that?
Do you guys remember that scene from White Chicks where he's like, your mom's breast milk comes out like powder, and he's like,
Your mother's so old that her breast milk is powdered. You breastfeed like this.
So I thought that since we had one of these just like laying around, we should open it up and see if it does the
we just
exact
had it
same
laying
thing.
around you guys.
No, we really did. So let's see. What should we spray?
Oh,
I feel like.
you want to spray me?
Okay, so in the name of science, I am going to spray Dustin in the face with this to see if we get that
nervous.
dust to come out of it, or if we're just going to get a regular setting spray.
Dust, girl.
No, it was a lot of dust. I would think that people would be so pissed that they sat there and spent all that time doing their makeup, and then it just gets f***ed up with what you're thinking is going to set it and preserve it.
Yeah.
I'd be so pissed. I'd be really bitter. I have to say though, the packaging is really cute of this.
Yeah, no,
I
it
do
is.
like this packaging a lot.
The box is
I
like
do like
really
it a lot,
cute
yeah.
too. Patrick really did that.
All right, come here. All right, ready? Close your eyes. What do you got? I can't see past this red light in my mask. What do you have?
Nothing.
Nothing? No, it looks like nothing. Okay, wait, let's give it a shake real
ooh.
quick. Let's give it a shake real
It
quick.
smells nice.
It does smell really nice. All right.
I don't know. Hold on. Let me get my
No,
phone.
it's definitely not the powder that those.
Hold on.
It's definitely not the powder those ladies were getting in their video
Hold on,
clips.
girl. If we're doing this in the name of science,
Yeah.
take the lid off.
Okay, we're taking the lid off.
Okay, hold on. We're gonna do a video of this in case. No, none of that. But this stuff smells really nice.
It does smell
It
really
smells
good. It does smell really good. So judging off of our very scientific test here, we have determined that this is just a fluke. And for some reason, those few ladies that were posting over on TikTok had a malfunction with their setting spray. And I hope that One Size does reach out to them.
I would be interested to see if it was maybe something in the makeup that like reacted to what's in that.
You think?
Maybe there's like a certain like
Product you can't use
ingredient,
it with.
Yeah, that you can't use it with, and that's probably what happened.
Now, Patrick has not said anything about this on social media, so it's not that widespread of an issue yet. So
Yeah.
I guess we'll just have to keep everyone posted. Has anyone used this? Is this like anyone's favorite? I know a lot of people like love this.
Yeah, no, I mean, for the smell alone, it smells really good. Like, I've said that a million times, but I'll say it again. Like,
So moving on from that, we have to talk about Mr. Beast right now because we all know if you have been on social media, if you have been on anywhere on the internet, literally over the past 2 weeks, you would have known that Ocean Gate, that Titanic sub imploded, and it was like the biggest story everywhere. Like, who knows what else was going on in the world during that time because literally every network was talking
I
about
have
it.
not seen media coverage like that since Gabby Petito.
Yes, that's what I was just sitting here thinking
what I
too.
was like comparing it to in my mind, because when all of that happened with her, it was all over the news. You couldn't turn the TV on without seeing it on the internet, and that's the way it is with this Ocean Gate.
But you couldn't go anywhere without hearing about it. And
Yeah.
Mr. Beast decided that he wanted to take this moment. A lot of people are saying on social social media to make it about him because he tweeted out that he was actually invited to go on an Ocean Gate exploration of the Titanic and that he ended up turning it down. And when he tweeted it out, the text message that he put out was showing blue. So a lot of people were saying that this was a fake message and he was just putting this out to get some kind of clout and make the situation about himself.
If this is real, that would be something that could be a little bit traumatizing, you would think, because he could have been one of those people on there.
Well, the text message said, also, I'm going to the Titanic in a submarine late this month. This team would be stoked to have you along. So then somebody asked him underneath that tweet and they said, wait, why is the text receipt blue? Why are you making this up? And he actually responded because I'm sure he was seeing a lot of people having the same exact question. He said, my friend sent me the screenshot of when he invited me. Didn't think to scroll up and screenshot our old text myself. And then a lot of people underneath that were like, you're caught in 4K. Like, why are you lying? Tyler Oakley actually threw shade at Mr. Beast and he took that same tweet layout with the, I was invited on the Titanic, but he put, I was invited on the Shein brand trip and they declined.
Oh my God.
Because you know that brand trip is really messy.
That is everywhere.
It's still messy.
All Nick has been talking about
Oh my God,
me.
yes. Because it's Danny DMC lady that was on this trip. She said it was her first brand trip ever. So I'm excited for her that she was invited on a brand trip. And she was excited about it because she obviously was just so quick to sell her morals to go on this trip because she was spouting off so much propaganda from Shein. And she was also doubling down on that propaganda. Like, I would wake up every single day and there'd be a new video clip from her that she would upload to TikTok like early in the morning, I guess. And by the time I went to her page, it would be gone. She was telling everyone that she is not one and she knows exactly what she is doing, and basically she's smarter than everyone out there on what she's talking about because she has firsthand seen it and she has firsthand knowledge of it.
Okay, this is like I have a face mask on. This is like the dark, crazy side of TikTok, and I'm just gonna be honest with you, I'm not the fucking one. So here's the deal, okay? One, stop telling me to kill myself. I was for many years being a fat woman. I'll never kill myself. I'm here to stay, okay? Second, I know exactly who the I am. I know exactly what I'm doing. Third, could never, will never be a sellout ever in life. I was not paid for any trip or to say anything. I was taken on a trip, once in a lifetime chance. You would have done the exact same thing. I have so much more awareness of what's going on behind the scenes than any of you ever could because you don't see what's going on. 90% of what's in your closet is made in horrible conditions. So you have no right to say anything. Second, I've seen stuff with my own two eyes. If you think it's propaganda, that's cool. Again, you've never been to China and you've never seen what's going on. Third, fifth, seventh point, okay? There is so much xenophobia and racism with everything you guys are saying, and that's what I really learned in China. We are fed propaganda. We are fed a whole line, a whole narrative in the US about Chinese people and Chinese culture, and that China trip honestly changed my life. Even remove the Shein stuff, just being able to experience China with Chinese people and learning about that culture. So many things I could say, but I'm gonna let you guys go, pop your shit, talk your shit, because like I said, I'm not the one. I know who I am. I know exactly what I'm doing. And to be a pioneer, you gotta take a lot of sometimes. So it is what it is. I have love for everyone who knows me and sees me. For a majority of my life, I felt like I was never seen because of the person I am, being a fat person. And I feel like my community actually sees me. Anybody else that's popping about me, you don't know me, you don't know my vision, you don't understand that someone like me could never ever in a million years be convinced to go against my morals, my values, my intuition. The relationship I have with myself is on another level, okay? You can't understand that from a 10-second video, from a 1-minute video, from a 10-minute video. Hell, you're not going to get it from this video.
Her going to bat like this for them, for me, is kind of like the equivalent of like when you go to your friend's house and you know that they don't operate their house the way they normally would because you're there. They're doing everything that optically makes the people living in that house look good. So that to me is like exactly what Shein did. They invited all of these influencers over there and they were like, hey, this is how we do things. And then that's not really how they do things, you know? So that to me is propaganda because we all know that Shein, like they're putting those people, that's slave labor.
Well, she literally, it's Danny DMC. She literally said that what we're fed in the United States about China is all propaganda. And she got to go over there and spend time and she just saw how amazing it is and all of that. I'm like, girl, that is the biggest bunch of bullshit that I've ever heard in my life. In my opinion, I think that Danny is just a liar. I think she got caught up I think she got caught up in this situation because she was caught in so many lies during this because she said that they paid her very well. And then she went on this whole spiel about how plus size people in this world are normally paid less, especially in the influencer realm. And so they paid her and looked out for your girl very well. Then she turned around in another video and she said, I have never been paid anything from Shein. They didn't pay me anything. And then she goes on to say all they did was fly me over, which that's payment enough. That is payment enough. They paid for her flight. They got the accommodations. They literally got everything for it. They got the propaganda. They got the booklet. Like, according to new tax laws and stuff, you have to count that as income now. So technically they did pay her. She did a live stream where she apologized to everyone. She saw the error of her ways and she went on the apology tour and just gave an explanation to everyone. But she also uploaded over on her Instagram an apology. And she said she's now taking a few weeks off to better herself and reflect on the situation.
I wanted to come on here and clarify a couple things after yesterday's live. The first thing I want to make abundantly clear is I have terminated my relationship with Shein upon returning from the trip, and I will no longer be aligned with them or work with them in any capacity now or ever in the future. I made a mistake. I made a huge mistake. I always try to lead with me, my younger self, and my community in mind. And I let us down. I did us wrong. I led us to the wrong path, and I'm very aware of that now. I am ready to take accountability and look at myself and look at my role in my industry. And I'm gonna take a couple weeks off. I'm gonna reevaluate, rebalance, and I'm going to come back and I'm gonna be better and I'm gonna be stronger and I'm gonna continue the fight for us in a new way and continue to be an even better pioneer for the plus size community. So thank you, and I'll see you then.
And my thing is, why do you have to take time off? Just come online and say to your audience, I f***ed up. I was pushing this company because I had a relationship and I had a contract with them. She said that they had a contract together. She did say going forward, they are no longer going to work together. She has done any kind of relationship with Shein. It is always a live stream. It's never a video where they get on there and own the that they do. They always do live streams. Well, no, in this video, because she did the live stream was like 11 minutes long, and then she did a video which was just a few minutes long, and she did apologize to everyone, and she did acknowledge that she f***ed up. And I think that going forward, I think that going forward, though, people should side-eye her a little bit, because if it was this easy for her to sell herself out like that, I don't know how people could turn around and trust her. It's honestly giving Jaclyn Hill when she was like, I'll never sell out. I will never lie to you. Well, no. Once someone says that on social media, I will never sell out. They've already done it. They've already sold out. They're already looking for ways to sell out, and they are probably like several bags in the bank. Because why are you even thinking to say that to your audience? Like, your audience is not thinking like, I wonder if Jaclyn Hill is going to sell out. Now they are. Yeah, Jaclyn Hill. Now they are. Holy But getting back to this Mr. Beast thing, like, actually, let's not even talk about Mr. Beast. Let's talk about this submarine, because there is not a chance in hell that you would ever catch me even thinking about going and doing something like that on a submersible. And then when these clips came out of this submersible and what it was made of with that little wireless controller. Nightmare fuel, girl. A wireless even a PlayStation controller. That looked like some like raggedy, like there was off market. There was like one game button. System controller. One button inside of the submarine. Not a snowball's chance in hell that I would ever have stepped foot on that. I think it's incredibly sad that these people passed away because they did this, but... Okay, but you know what? The only person on that submersible that I feel bad for is the 19-year-old that passed away, because his aunt came out and she said that he was actually terrified and really did not want to do this. He was just trying to like please his dad and do something with his dad for Father's Day. That's really awful. But everybody else, after learning what those waivers said, and on the front page it said death and you could die 3 to 5 times, they knew exactly what the they were doing. I honestly can't feel any type of way. The memes that came out of that are insane. There was one that I saw and it said Titanic has been eating the rich since 1912, girl. Yeah, Celine Dion brushing her way out of retirement. But I cannot feel sympathy for a few billionaires and a few millionaires that decided they wanted to go down and be nosy to the Titanic just for bragging rights. Yeah, that's a VR experience. You could have did that for free in your underwear at home. Now, if this would have been some kind of like submarine and this was was like a freak accident that nobody ever would have thought that this would happen, then I would have some kind of sympathy and I'd be like, oh my God, that's actually horrible. It's horrible for their families, 100%. But the people that were in it, girl, I can't care.
There is no way in hell. That sounds terrifying to me. Like 2 miles down.
Yes.
A mile is 5,500 and I think 28 feet.
Yeah.
They were going to like 12,500.
Well, no. And when this was like breaking on the news and they were sitting there saying like, well, it would be so quick. It would be over in a second for them. They wouldn't even know. They wouldn't even feel anything.
That don't make it any better.
No, it doesn't make it any better. But you're not going to tell me that before that thing imploded, there was not some groaning of that submersible going on, like some creaking, some groaning or something. They knew, in my opinion, that the time was going to like be over pretty soon.
Honestly, what they went down in was like a fart bubble. It was a tiny little fart bubble that they wanted to go down to the Titanic.
$250,000 to go down on this per person.
That's
What's
ridiculous.
so sketchy about this to me is there was another man and his son that were actually offered to go onto this, and they were only going to charge them $100,000. So why is it so discounted?
Well, you know what's coming out now. I don't know if it's true or not. I've seen things on the internet. I haven't vetted it, but they're saying that this guy that marketed this said it was safer than crossing the street.
No. Oh my God.
I don't know how anybody could think that that would be like that. Just watching Titanic, you remember the beginning of Titanic where they're down there with that that submersible thing?
Yeah.
That creeps me out, like large bodies of water and stuff.
Never.
No.
Never want to be. I don't even want to be on a cruise ship. That's how much I do not like large bodies of water.
I was literally just trying to talk him into going on a
Certainly
cruise,
not.
and now it's just like, no.
Certainly not. The ocean, the seas, they are fighting back. The aquatic things in there, they are fighting back. The orcas are going after things. I don't have fucking time for that. It's honestly not for me.
I was trying to talk him into going to Bora Bora too, and he was like, okay, yeah, you want to swim in that water? And then he showed me like a video at night of all the sharks, and I was like, do you have to ruin everything?
Because I'm not doing that. No. I think that we all knew once they said that they lost all communications that they were not going to find that thing in time for them to save those people no matter what. Like everyone on board was going to die no matter what. A part of me though was hoping that they would have found it intact and that they could have like at least let everyone know like what the final moments were like for all these people. It's a little morbid, but I really do honestly think that if they would have gotten that situation that there would have been a pecking order, and I think that CEO would have got it first because they literally would have been in that situation because of him. Because you're not going to tell me that he did not like fill their head with so many lies about this submarine
The
thing.
safety of it and stuff, probably.
That they were just like, oh, okay, like what could possibly go wrong? And then you had the other guy that went down to the Titanic like 38 times and he's sitting there co-signing it saying, yeah, this is going to be great.
I don't understand the fascination with it. Like, we get it. Like, it was one of the biggest ships in the world for its time.
From what I have seen, the images that you see of the Titanic when you're actually down there look nothing more than what you could find on Google.
Yeah.
Or you could see if you put on a VR headset, you'd have it right in front of your face because it's literally on a screen. You don't see anything out of that little window. Like, why would you want to go down there? And you have to sit crisscross applesauce.
We live in the age of AI, augmented reality, VR. Like, it's not necessary to put yourself in danger to experience that now.
Certainly
it's
not.
really crazy. I can't believe that they're even allowed to do this, but like, I don't think that they're governed by anything if it's like international waters, so nobody can stop them. Really.
Now, people are saying that OceanGate shut down their website and they're closing the company completely, but this comes after people saw that they were trying to push that they're still selling like a next one. Like, where's the other thing?
Who? I was scrolling TikTok and there was some footage of like previous like dives or whatever you want to call it on this thing, and it's so eerie and scary. Like, that is nightmare fuel. That would keep me up at night.
And moving on from that, we have to, of course, talk about Colleen Ballinger coming back to YouTube on her Colleen Vlogs channel, uploading a video titled Hi, looking extremely sad in her thumbnail, and then she pulled out a fucking ukulele and sang a song for everyone.
The only thing I've ever groomed is my 2 Persian cats. I'm not a groomer. I'm just a loser who didn't understand I shouldn't respond to fans. And I'm not a predator, even though a lot of you think so, because 5 years ago I made a fart joke. So, even though I know this video won't change anyone's mind about me, I still felt it was important to come on here and defend myself a little and take accountability. And And I also wanted to say that to anyone out there who has ever supported me in any capacity, I really, really appreciate you. Thank you. For what it's worth, I never had any bad intentions. But I do feel like shit. The toxic gossip train, chugging down the tracks of misinformation. Toxic gossip train, you got a one-way ticket to manipulation station. Toxic gossip train, you tied me to the tracks and harassed me for my past. Rumors look like facts when you don't mind the gaps. I won't survive in the crash, but hey, I hope you had some fun. Actually, you know, I feel like maybe I should let you guys know something. It seems like maybe you're confused about something. I don't know. Let me try to help. Sometimes people make a mistake and it doesn't make them a horrible person. Whoa. Sometimes people can make a mistake and they're still a good person. Crazy, I know. Sometimes people can make a mistake and you don't have to take that mistake, oh no, and twist it up and grind it and add some lies to it and pulverize it and stab it with knives and ruin a life and oh no. Sometimes people can make a mistake, it doesn't mean you gotta send them hate, oh no. Sometimes people can make a mistake and you can kindly let them know and help them to grow. Sometimes people make mistakes simply because they made a mistake. And that mistake doesn't make them a terrible human. It just makes them a human.
I thought it was very strategic, though, that she had her music a lot louder than the actual vocals, so it's a little bit more of the focal point. Very much like James Charles when he did that video, and he was like, "Hey guys, it's James
It was
Charles.
very low like this.
How are you guys doing?" Well, I'm not sure what reaction Colleen was hoping for with this ukulele song. Maybe she thought that everyone was just gonna be like, "Oh my God, this is so funny. Like, let's feel bad for her." She, in my opinion, looked like hell. If she was sitting there trying to seem unbothered with this song and she's coming on like as a you to everyone, her face told a completely different story, in my opinion. She looks rough.
All I can really say and all that I know is I'm sure that Laura Lee was somewhere like thanking God above, like, thank you.
For sure.
Someone finally did a worse apology than me, so now I can like pass that on.
Well, no, you know who's sitting at home and is probably like rejoicing in this?
Who?
Jaclyn Hill is probably like, ha ha, this is what you deserve. Jacqueline's like, karma works in mysterious ways. That's probably what she's doing.
Yeah.
It's probably what it is, because
Probably
you remember
gloating about it.
Colleen asked her that question in front of everyone at that party. She asked her, like, did you mean to sell everyone the contaminated lipsticks? Like, did you know? Very rude, Colleen. The fact that Colleen literally
But she wasn't wrong.
No,
it was rude to put her on the spot like
Yeah.
that and ambush her in front of her friends,
Yeah.
but she wasn't wrong.
But getting back to Colleen, something else that was very interesting about her uploading this ukulele song, like 20 minutes after that, Daniel Prada uploaded a video letting everyone know why he left Twitter because of toxic drama. And my question was just like, did anyone know that he was gone?
Nobody
like, did
would've-
anybody need to know the reason as to why he left Twitter?
Nobody would even know he was here if it
No.
wasn't for Joey. Daniel is one of those people, he always likes to poke the bear
Yeah.
until somebody has his number and they're ready to call him out. Because if you remember in the video that he posted about Gabby Hanna that was an hour long, he was talking about how Colleen was like his best friend.
I know 9-hour day. Colleen is saying the same thing. She's freaking out because nobody can understand why this is this long of a day.
I'm gonna pause this right here for a sec. She doesn't know that Colleen is one of my best friends, and I was on the phone with her. Colleen knows exactly how this shoot works. She's had multiple shows of her own. She's toured the world. She's had a Netflix show. She knows exactly what key art shoots entail, and this was not a non-issue for her. She even brought her assistant Corey with her. He was handling things. Her whole family was there. She had her own little green room where she could breastfeed. So I'm not sure where she's thinking that lying using an amazing person like Colleen is gonna get her.
And how she's such an amazing human. But now him and Manny haven't talked to her in 3 years, babes.
Yeah.
It's always 3 years, babes.
Where is Gabby Hanna? Because I feel like this is like her moment. Where is she?
I heard, and I don't know if this is true or not, but I've heard that she's actually taking time away to work on herself. So in which case, good. But this would be a perfect moment for her to swoop in and just really stick it to Joey and Daniel.
Well, speaking of someone who's going to swoop in, Swoop is uploading her documentary tomorrow, and she has interviews with Adam. She has interviews with a few of the other people that are literal of Colleen Ballinger. The fact that she tried to make a joke. Remember, one of the girls that came forward and was talking about Colleen and how she made her feel had to do with eating disorders, and people said that she would like body check people. And there was one line in Colleen's video where she turned around and she said, in her bony little back. And people were taking that as a dig to anyone that has ever said that she body shames anyone. She literally uploaded a ukulele song about taking accountability and did not take any kind of accountability at all.
She's not a groomer. She's a loser. It's very much the same energy as, oh, I was desperate. So I messaged minors, James Charles. You can tell why they were friends.
She literally said to everyone that this is in the past. She made mistakes. And then she tried to say,
we all make mistakes.
She literally said in her video, I didn't realize that all of you were perfect. We're not all perfect, but we're also not all in group chats with minors sending inappropriate messages. So we are not the same. Nobody is out here claiming to be perfect. We're not doing inappropriate things with minors.
It's not even anywhere near what a normal person would do. That's not in the same book. It's not the same chapter. It's not the same author. Like,
definitely not.
Honestly, for Colleen to just skate past this and try to make excuses like, oh, people have told her to kill herself. Okay, like, yeah, that's terrible, but like, look at what you did. It doesn't justify people saying those things to her. But at the end of the day, like, that's what accountability looks like. People are going to call you out. It might not be the best thing that they say to you, but they're going to air their grievances.
Has anybody actually told her to do that to herself? Because that is definitely not any of the conversation.
That is a go-to.
But it's definitely not any of the conversation that I have seen going on online.
I haven't seen that either. It's always like the mental health card we saw with James Charles when he did what he did. And then even Tati like reinforced that when she came out with her like third video talking about like the high rise that James was in. Like, she did that to play on people's emotions and feelings. And James Charles did the same thing with No More Lies about how he got into a dark place. Why? You did these things. You did this. So I don't understand why all of a sudden your mental health is at the utmost importance when you were damaging other people's mental health. And I'm sorry I went on a rant there.
It's strange to me how she kept saying that everything was lies and you should not believe what these people are saying. But then she tried to throw in an apology and say that she made mistakes and this is all in the past. So what is it? Are these all lies?
Creepy.
She tried to say that people were making these things up for clout. That's always the thing. You're just trying to get a little bit of clout out of somebody that has like millions of followers because now people are paying attention to the story. I really would love to know what the other options were on the table before her putting out this ukulele video, because if this was the decision, all of those other options must have led to her having to sit down and own up to everything and admit to being a creepy groomer. And I don't think that Colleen Ballinger is a PDF file. I don't think that at all. But I definitely do think if you look up the definition of groomer and then you look at all of these things that in the screenshots are showing what she was saying in these chats, then yes, I do think that is exactly what she is. She can deny it all she wants. She can say, I'm not a groomer, I'm just a loser.
No, girl,
that's strange.
That's a different story when you get to her brother Trent. Like, I don't know what that is, but that's something.
It's hereditary. Colleen's brother, Trent, was knowingly DMing multiple girls when they were like 13, calling them cute, to come hang out, talking about to multiple girls. And he immediately blocked a bunch of people once this came out.
Like, they need to check his computers or something.
She needs to address that as well. The whole family.
They're
this
all
is like a Duggar
weird.
situation.
It's very weird. Like her brother
yes.
gives me like Dan Schneider energy, if that tells you anything.
But you know what's so crazy is that her ex-husband is speaking out on Twitter and he's confirming like what everyone is saying. And he's saying that he spent years being her victim as well and just being like beaten down by her
Basically what she did is she gaslit everybody.
Yeah.
She's gaslighting people to make them think that what she did is not that serious.
Yeah.
She's like, she's doing this over here so you don't see all of this. Like it's working for her with some people. They're like, oh, I love it. Like it's so funny. Like there's nothing funny about this.
I don't know though, because yeah, she has her people down in her comment section. They've been deleting a ton of comments people have been showing. Like she had like 20,000 comments and then somebody refreshed it. It was down to 18,000 comments. Like they are working double time over there. Corey is like
paying those
Corey is
minors.
like delete. No, they're child interns, girl.
Yeah, no, I hope she's paying them.
So you know how YouTube got rid of the thumbs down button? Like you cannot see how many dislikes a video has. I guess there's some way around this. I'm not exactly sure how people are doing this. But the last update that I saw, it had like 38,000 thumbs up and 323,000 thumbs down. So people, she can have like her little people down in her comment section going like, oh my God, like you're so amazing, Colleen. I love you so much. Like we'll always stand by you. Because this video on her vlog channel, like this is one of her highest viewed videos over there. Because I look at her last videos and it's like a few 100,000, but this one's like over a million now. Why couldn't she
put this on her main account?
Yeah.
Like it's a serious topic. A lot of people wanted to hear from her about this because at the end of the day, I don't think that people were going to like quickly forgive her, but I do feel like people would have heard her out even though there's really no excuse for what she's done. You know, I think that this whole music thing is going to come back and bite her in her ass. I don't think that the people that she works with now are going to be the people that she works with later, if that makes sense.
Well, Corey allegedly posted over on his Instagram. I don't know if it was an old screenshot and everyone on Twitter was duped, but it said the truth will set you free. And then later that day, after that screenshot was posted, that's when her video went live. It's
always the people that say the truth will set you free that offer no truth in any of the that comes out. He is one of the people that needs to keep his mouth shut. Unless he's going to get on the internet and address this shit head on, he needs to stop with the subliminals. Corey, you're a piece of shit.
He really is. And you know what's really disturbing is the fact that Colleen tried to say in her little ukulele song that the reason she's getting canceled is because years ago she made a fart joke. Like she's literally trying to make it seem like the only reason that people are upset with her is because of that girl that was pulled up on stage and she like spread the legs and was like, pfft.
She tried to downplay the out of it. Let's just get that straight right off the bat.
Yes,
like,
she did.
Does not account for the seriousness of the shit that is going to affect people for years, because there are people that have been affected by this for years, like Adam and all those other people that were in the weenies. She has no problem making jokes at other people's expense, but she can't get on here and just own the shit she did. And also too, it's really disappointing to see Trisha Paytas go along with this. I keep getting tagged of people wanting me to talk about Trisha, and I've like talked about it. Like I think it's disgusting. Trisha Paytas has spoken out against people in the past for this very thing.
Trisha has to speak out about this and really needs to speak out about this because she has a podcast with Colleen. She is literally working with Colleen. So you would think that you would want to say something like, I do not condone this behavior. That's not very difficult. And I actually saw that Trisha did something with, I believe, ABC News, and she was telling people over on her community page to please go leave a comment. Big mistake to direct everyone over to that interview and say please leave a comment and like any support is accepted, whatever. It got negative down there.
I'm sure it did.
They were calling her out left, right, and center. A lot of people about the Colleen situation. There's a lot of stuff in there about Moses. Like it was bad. She needs to speak out about it. I mean, God, Trisha was doing so well. Like people were really excited about her content again, and now
I don't
here we
know
are.
what happened and why she wanted to team up with Colleen, but like it came at the worst possible time.
Who came up with that idea is what I would like to know.
It's a weird fit for me. Like I feel
very
like
strange.
Trisha's wanting to recapture what she had with Frenemies, and I just don't think that that's going to happen. And that's sad because I enjoyed Frenemies.
Yeah, I did too.
I thought it was interesting and fun to watch, but I don't think unless she finds somebody that's kind of like Ethan, that's not going to happen. We know NBC just picked this up. That they ran a whole like story on it, and it had Adam in it. It had other people. I think that guy Johnny.
That's what's like even more crazy about this is she's trying to say these are just like accusations and lies, but this isn't just people on YouTube and social media talking about this. Like the Rolling Stone did an article on this. It's been on many publications and news networks are picking this up. So the fact that Colleen uploaded a ukulele song and just really shot herself in the foot, a lot of people are saying that this was the end of Colleen Ballinger's career.
Oh, it is.
And that it just needs to be wrapped up. It needs to definitely be the end of Miranda Sings.
If you are a parent and you allow your kids to go to shows anything that Colleen does from here forward, and you are aware of what she has done, I think that you are putting your kids, I'm not going to say in danger, but you're opening them up to being manipulated at the very least.
Well, Colleen said in her video that Miranda Sings has always been PG-13, and it says it on her website, and that you do not see her over on the YouTube Kids.
Not true.
Well, it turns out that that is a lie, because some people are pulling it up. You just do not see it between like the 0 to 4 age bracket. Anything higher than that, Miranda Sings does pop up. And one of the videos is the one that she did with JoJo Siwa that has actually sparked a lot of outrage. It's funny that it didn't spark that much outrage back then, and now everyone's just like, oh, cancel Colleen Ballinger, because it was disgusting back then too.
Oh,
it was disgusting that people were co-signing that behavior back then too.
Oh yeah.
I'm sorry, it should not take this level of drama for people to start realizing like, hey, all of this stuff has been problematic with like the referencing to minors, and like, oh,
there was a part in this song where she said, hey, what's the tea, or something along those lines, and it was giving me flashbacks to when Shane Dawson went on Hey Queen, and he talked about how Colleen was, and like how they talked about people behind their back.
That's another thing that people were saying.
A lot of credence.
They were
for me.
thinking that when she said that she's not a groomer, the only thing that she's ever groomed is her 2 Persian cats. People thought that that was a dig at Shane Dawson, because remember, he had the drama with the cat, and so people were like, is that about Shane Dawson? I don't know what the next step for Colleen Ballinger is going to be, because this was not it. This did not do her any favors. This showed everybody her like true colors, the exact person that she is. And now, you know what? The mask has honestly fallen off, and people are seeing her for exactly who she is. And I honestly think a lot of people are seeing exactly who her friends are as well, like Joey. You know, a lot of people have been thinking that Joey's going around having people's videos copyrighted about that clip where he walks in on Miranda and she's laying down with some stuffed animal and doing something in between her legs. It's just interesting that that clip has been flagged in many people's videos. Now, he said that he has nothing to do with it and he's working to get it removed, but
we shall see.
I guess we shall see. So with all that said, everyone, that is it for this video. We hope that you did enjoy it. Please leave us a cloud emoji down in the comment section because of this. Because no, not a clown, a cloud.
Oh, I thought you
because
said
there's this. Oh my God, pointing back here because there's this cloud over here, back there, and we will see you guys all in our next video. Bye.